Look at all these interesting mailboxes you can probably purchase somewhere at one of these locations. Entrance, all of these are entrances. Let's go in and check it out. I found a spot here in Mount Dora downtown. I love this little area. I have never heard much about this, never been here. I'm really liking the little rolling hills. And on first drive through, I'm getting a cross between Estes Park, Colorado and Hannibal, Missouri. If you've ever been to either one of those, that's kind of what it feels like. I want to walk up here and see what this sign says, because when I was just back at the flea market, I stopped in that booth and that lady was talking to me about the Florida Highwaymen. And that was a group of, I guess, 26 painters back in the 20s that traveled around painting Florida landscapes, from what I gathered. And now they're collectible pieces of art. And I guess they painted hundreds of thousands of landscape paintings. But look at this. What is this? This says the Florida Highwaymen. Next week, Huron AYB&B presents the Florida Highwaymen. I thought she told me there was only 2 of them left, surviving painters, original painters. She told me to look them up on Netflix. There's a documentary about them. But now I'm super curious, because I did like their paintings that she had in her booth. And they were pricey. They were $3,500 and up. I want to go. Look at the hill. Boy, this is cool. Mexican grill over there. Nice. Let's just check out some of these storefronts. Oh wow, look at that. Try to get out of the reflection. Turtle Reef. Thai garden. And again, Mount Dora was only, I don't know, it was a fast ride up here, 45 minutes maybe. But if you're in the Orlando area and you want to check out a surrounding town with what looks to be a lot to offer, look at these signs on every street corner pointing to what's up and down that street. I love that idea. Munchie's Live Barbecue, family food fun. That way you know if you're getting close to something you're looking for. Huh. And the same on the other side too, look. If you need to know. Let's walk down here and just check it out. Gelato. A lot of people in there.
Don't touch your shirt, okay?
A salty pirate lives here with his beautiful mermaid. I can feel the AC coming out of a lot of these stores. I love the old architecture, still here. Yeah, fire alarm. Somewhere, a gentleman was telling me there's still a theater here. We'll have to find it. I want to see it. I love a good old theater. But it's not showing movies anymore. Shoe store. Wow. You don't see shoe stores very often. So much color popping down here. Barbecue over there. Glass shop. Boy, they got a lot of nice shops here. I'm not sure which street I crossed, but it said there was two pizza places. I might grab it. Ooh, that's on the inside. That's scary. Coastal Cottage. Huh. Wow. Look at that.
And lighten it up. Zero.
Yeah.
You're retired, she's retired. Yeah. Get her in stuff, could be hot.
That's cool. And Coker. What is this? Space oddities. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Besides David Bowie in there on a poster. Let's find out. Oh, here's what's coming up. That's Lake Dora, I believe, just down the way. Okay. I didn't realize where the lake was in relation to downtown. But look at that. It's right there. I'm gonna have to grab a bite, pull up a map, and just see what's around here. Look at this salted fry. What do they have? Maybe there's a little landing where you can drive down and see the beach, or maybe they got a marina. I'll check it out. Look at this back here. What's the place on Sunset Boulevard that's got a train car? I used to go there back in the day. Look at that. Huh. Wow, that's actually got railroad tracks right there. They put it right off to the side of the tracks. I would say these tracks aren't used anymore, just the way everything's overgrown, but it's pretty cool that they've left it. Look at that. All right, let's grab a bite. There it is, Jim. 184 foot elevation. I don't like that font. I wish it was more like that one, you know. This one's kind of hard to read. I'll look around, maybe another store's got them. So I just walked off of Main Street, one block, and they've got this Fiesta Grande Mexican Grill. I'm gonna eat here, maybe take a little drive around the lake, and then head back to Orlando. Right now it's 2:40, 90 degrees still. No rain. Let's check this out. I'll let you know how it is. This picture right over here has a real Catherine Zeta-Jones Day of the Dead thing going on, I think. But cool restaurant. It's got some, it's like wood burned skeletons in here playing instruments. But here's the menu. Fiesta Grande Mexican Grill. Looks really good. I got some chips and salsa coming, and I got a super burrito coming. Hopefully it looks like that. That'd be nice. But boy, they got the music going. The vibe is in here. Let me ask you something. I don't have a problem going to restrooms in the public restaurants. I don't know if you do or not, but that part's okay. The part that's a little iffy is when they've got some chintzy little lock on the door and you never know for sure if it locked. Have you ever had that experience? I didn't have it here, luckily. This one had a deadbolt that seemed to go into the wall about a foot, so you knew that door was locked when you flipped that lever. But I've had that happen before where you push a button and it looks so rickety, you just wonder how many people are going to come barging in on you. And in this case out here, the restrooms are right in the dining area, and if that door were to open, you'd be part of the action, if you know what I mean. But it didn't happen. Got lucky. So let's get some food here and we'll go more exploring around Mount Dora. Well, I may be crazy, but I think I hear bagpipes somewhere being played. But here is Fiesta Grande right here. And I'm gonna throw that little burrito and that salsa in the top 5 flavorful I've ever had. It was really, really good. I just had a ground beef burrito, but wow. And the salsa was out of this world. Well, now I'm curious about bagpipes. I'm gonna walk back to the car, head back to Orlando, but I wanna take you by one spot, if I can find it while I'm in this area. So let's go find it. Let's go find out what's up with the bagpipes. Oh, I see it. I hope they don't stop before I get there. I'm not sure what's going on. Warming up. But here's that sign for the Florida Highwaymen. Next weekend, 15th and 16th. All right. Oh, there's the drummer coming right now. Maybe I can ask him what's going on. Did you guys just play somewhere? Are you getting ready to? Or?
We're playing at Sunset Park, so right down the hill. So down Main Street, and then about 2 blocks down to the right.
At what time?
4, 5, 6, and 7.
Oh, okay.
So,
we'll see you in a little bit.
yes, sir.
Nice. 4, 5, 6, and 7 every hour on the hour. It's about a half hour away. I'll be long gone. But we heard them warming up. I forgot to stop in this store right here. Looks like an old New Orleans store, doesn't it? Walk in the Woods. That's the one I want to go into real quick. Sounds like a cuckoo clock telling me to hustle up. I hope they got what I want in here. Let's see. Such a cool town. I love it. We'll come back to that, but look at that sign right there. Dora Drawdy. She is the person that Lake Dora is named after. She had a street right there named after her. Somewhere up here, they told me, was an old movie theater. So I'm going to try to pull in, or not even pull in, probably just drive by and see if I can see the facade out front and try to figure out which one was the old movie theater back in the day. That's interesting to see her name on that street sign back there. I'll figure out what year that was that she had the lake named after her. Stay tuned. I got a feeling this is the lake right here. Lake Dora. Maybe we'll get a peek of it up here when the clearing happens. Oh yeah. There it is. This is a beautiful town. I bet that downtown at Christmas time is unbelievable. Look at the train tracks go right along the lake, and that goes right by that restaurant where I saw that subway car or train car restaurant, the Salted Fry. I got the AC cranking trying to cool it down in here. Wow. These houses up here would have a beautiful view of the lake. I didn't see the theater I thought I would see, so I'm not sure what people were talking about. I missed it. A little tunnel under the train tracks. Overpass. Okay. The end of the scenic highway is right here. Let me plug in where I want to take you and we'll get there. Okay. I know this doesn't look like much, but it's really beautiful out here. I've kind of come around Lake Apopka, so for reference, I guess Orlando would be southeast of here. I'm definitely west of Mount Dora, where I was, but I'm almost there. I don't know what's going to be there to show you, other than we will be in a spot. I'll leave it like that. I'll show you here in a second. But look at these hills. This is awesome. Cruising through, like I mentioned earlier, Hannibal, Missouri. I would say Missouri is a little more hillier than this, but it's giving you that up and down kind of feel. Coming from Illinois, I would say this is more kind of like over in the Peoria area. Deer Creek, Mackinac gets a little hilly over there. Where else? Boy, I don't know. California, around LA, I don't remember too many hills. Look at that development over there. They're putting in, wow, really pretty out here.
At the roundabout, continue straight.
All right. Doing some clearing right there. Look at this roundabout out here in the middle of nowhere. They've already got the gatehouse already put up.
At the roundabout, turn right on North Hancock Road.
It's not giving it away yet, is it? Huh. There's only a handful of houses out there. All right. Let me get there and I'll show you where we're at. Okay. This is it. We are almost here. Look at that. Sugarloaf Mountain Road. I'm saying right about here was the highest elevation that I could find. So I'm going to go up here, turn around, drive back up Sugarloaf Mountain, and show you the highest elevation basically in the lower part of Florida, the Peninsula of Florida. We're already down. But from here up to the top, I guess it rises 245 feet. It's just kind of an interesting place. Sugarloaf Mountain. Next to Mount Dora. About all those impressive height names. Alright. Let's go back. Look at this. Just kind of rolling meadows. There you can kind of see what the incline looks like. And once you get to the top, that's the highest you're going to be. Around just to show us the scale of this little hill. Hope my car can make the incline. Boy, they live down in a nice little area. All these people are living on the top of the mountain. Got some donkeys. Burros. So right here, I would say this is the top. Wow, now I see the view. Look out there, that's Lake Apopka. This curve. Oh yeah. Boy, there's no stop right here. There's nobody behind me, I don't think. I'm gonna just pull over for a second. Look at the view up here. It's up here. And then as we get up here, we'll start coming back down the other side of the mountain in Florida. We're talking about mountains in Florida right now. Buckle up, here we go. Boy, the buggy would be fun. Taking this little hill. Look at that house, that's nice. It's like a roller coaster. Going down. Bikes may use full lane, how about that? Get their speed up, they need all the room they can handle. Huh. That's it. I know I've been talking about Sugarloaf Mountain being 345 feet. I think that's about 105 meters. Right there at the top of that hill. That's it. That's the highest elevation we've got until you drive, whatever, 5 or 6 hours up to the panhandle of Florida. As I read it, 3 years later, they renamed it Mount Dora because of the 184-foot plateau that Mount Dora is up on. So there's your fast facts on Mount Dora. 1883, renamed Mount Dora. I'll show you what I got up in the Mount Dora area today on the trip. First was at the Renegers flea market. One of the booths, the lady first stopped me and told me not to video anymore. She had one piece of tiki Hawaiian art. I liked it. It's a long life tiki. It's hard to read some of that, it's all worn off. Bestowing strength, the ultimate in happiness, and the glowing hearth are among life's blessings that come with aloha and long life. Made in Hawaii with hapa wood by the island's one and only Coco Joe's. I'm sure they sold these everywhere over there, but if it's really made of hapa wood in Hawaii, I thought, no, that's kind of cool. Made in Hawaii right there. I don't know if it almost looks like it's resin. How would they have gotten all that? Well, it's a stamp, routed out, but whatever. It's pretty curved. I don't know if it's bent or meant to be like that, but I'll put it in there with the tiki mugs. Maybe I can put it in the oven and kind of relax it. Maybe it'll bend back. But that was really the only tiki or Hawaiian piece I could find in the whole flea market area. Then, downtown Mount Dora, It's a really soft shirt. I just thought it was funny. 184 foot elevation I climbed Mount Dora, Florida. So, got that. I like it. Those are the two things I picked up today. Okay. So here's a really good map. Maybe I can show what we just drove today. So here's all of Florida. Orlando's right in the middle. So let's get in here close. See if we can get it all to show. So we took off from down here by Universal Studios, came up 429, got on the 441, came over to Mount Dora. Right there's Lake Dora. And then from there got on 441, maybe just for a little bit. Maybe we didn't even touch it. Got on 19, came down here to Sugarloaf Mountain right there. So we just made a loop. We went up Mount Dora, over to Sugarloaf Mountain, the highest elevation right there in the peninsula of Florida, not the Panhandle. There's a couple higher ones up there. And then got on the turnpike and then came back down around Universal Studios. So just did a little circle, basically around Lake Apopka. That's what we did today. So everything you saw was in that area right there.